Football is back, ladies and gentlemen, which now means it's time to get your team's football shirt. But I'm not trying to pay £120 for a football shirt. I'm just saying. But I have found the solution for myself and for you, the lovely audience of the Don Husam channel, with your own coupon promo code. And this is the solution, ladies and gentlemen. All you've got to do is just go to okjersey.com. As you guys can see, all the options are there. Of course, I'm a Liverpool fan, you guys already know. And then this is the shirt. Look how amazing it looks. I'm just going to go pick my size. And then after that, I'm going to choose the Premier League patch. And listen, I'm too old to be putting any player names on the back. So I'm just going to get it as it is. I'm going to click add to cart, view cart. And this is the same thing that you guys do on any website. You proceed to check out, you fill in all your information. And then after that, coupon code Husam. When you click this coupon code, you get a 8% discount. Enjoy shopping, guys. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to one of your favorite weekly episodes, one of your favorite weekly shows, Habibis. We are back for the red pill, blue pill. What? Oh, yeah.
Introduce us.
Yeah. We're back for red pill, blue pill.
Scream when I'm off camera.
Yeah. Wow, you just walked out and walked back in. Wow, it's so dramatic there, Martin. It's unnecessarily dramatic right there. You're much better than this. I'd expect like Jem to do that, not you. Anyway, big up to all of you guys. Make sure you guys are you're on mute. Hold that. Make sure you guys are liking, you guys are subscribing. And also, as always, all the links are in the description. You see everything that just appeared on the screen, it's all in the description. A Mancunian way, Eagle Talks Football, Kings of the Bridge, every single link is already there. All you have to do is just click show more in the description, subscribe, and keep getting stuck in the chat as well. Look, guys, this is going to be the show. You get me? Igal's been waiting for this. He's even sent me a list of pre-questions before the stream even starts. There's already 300 people in the building, so I don't want to keep interrupting the show to tell you guys to like and subscribe. So all of you guys, please close the live chat right now, hit the like button, and subscribe to the channel if you're ready to do so. Let's get the likes up to 100, 200 ASAP, like right now. So, yeah, big up all you guys. So, Jem thought he was slick, chat. You get me? Trying to talk about like, oh, I've got until 3. You get me? Now, we are going to start with Chelsea. I don't care if we speak about Liverpool for the whole, for 3 hours. I'll do it, no problem. But we have to start with Chelsea, just so Jem doesn't dodge.
We've lost 5 games. And 4 of them games, we were down to 10 men. All our own fault, by the way. All our own doing. The actual game that we lost, where we was 11 men on the pitch, was against Bayern Munich away in the loss in the Champions League. So that was the actual proper 11 versus 11 loss that we had at the time. However, if we're talking specifically about the Brighton game, well, for 45 minutes, they done fuck all. We completely dominated that game. The only thing we didn't do in that game was just get that killer goal to just kill the game off, with 11 men on the pitch. And I don't know what happened after Enzo Fernandez got his goal, but we kind of just dropped our tempo and we sort of were just playing within our means. And it's just one of them things again where I kind of look at Maresca and I'm like, you've got to be telling them like, go for the kill in the game. It's just the way Premier League football is. Teams manage to have their moments, and the problem with Chelsea is when you have moments against Chelsea at the moment, they tend to be good moments for the opposition. We always seem to either do something stupid or, like, for example, the red cards or we get punished because we've not killed off teams. And the Santos scenario in the second half where Chalobah plays him the ball and he decides to take that heavy touch backwards, which was just criminal, in my opinion. The first continuously switching off in games. And it's becoming a problem. It's becoming a problem for us. This is a player thing, by the way. If we're talking specifically about the players, this is the problem with the players at the moment, is that we switch off in moments that we shouldn't be switching off, which then calls us to be behind like we have done. And then on after that, it's decision making. And if you look at the Man United game, I weren't here, but Maresca, this is where I talk about Maresca and Maresca's decision making when we're down to 10 men to remove your whole attack and play with 5 at the back was just stupid. In the Brighton game, I wasn't too angry at the fact that he brought Gusto on, but it was the performance of Gusto that let us down for the goal where Minte beat him comfortably, puts the ball in the box for Welbeck, who, by the way, don't get it with Danny Welbeck, because against any other top 6 team, he seems to be absolutely shit. But he comes to the bridge. If you go and look at Welbeck's honestly, if you go look at Welbeck's goals at the bridge,
he takes it personally.
He just scores, mate. I don't get it. Every time this guy comes on, he scores. Yeah. And I just knew he was going to score. And they're 2-1 up at that point. And then, we get, again, a bad mistake. Josh Achapong comes on the pitch, goes straight into centre-back. He gets the ball. And instead of just clearing their lines, because they're so sort of built to just play out all the time and just try and work their way out, he's got caught on the ball. And in the third goal, we got caught in behind and then they score. And, I'm sitting there thinking to myself, well, with 11 men on the pitch and it staying 11 men on the pitch in the second half, I think we probably would have just got a second goal and won that game because we were looking comfortable. They didn't really threat us that much, Brian. But as soon as we had that stupid moment in ourselves where we put ourselves 10 men behind, we just can't seem to play with 10 men on the pitch, and Maresca struggles to kind of get us structurally right.
Maresca said, I'd rather play 1-0 down than with 10 men.
Yeah.
And the players didn't listen.
And we just fall apart. The truth is, we fall apart. And I don't understand it. We can't seem to play with 10 men. We just fall apart, and we did again. And it might be a mentality thing. It might be a lack of experience from Maresca's side because he's still inexperienced. It might be a lack of experience of what's on the pitch because you're bringing on people like Santos who, playing in the French league is all good. And yes, he had a great season, but coming to the Premier League, you guys know, it's a different ball game. You don't get time on the ball, and you saw it there in the mistake that we had there, and then it was Josh as well, who's not really played much and he's still young and he's making little mistakes here and there. And then you've got to look at the top and go, well, this is what happens when you just look at buying the young players all the time, because these are the things that are going to happen, isn't it? When you don't mix it with a bit of experience, and we are where we are at the moment. I'm not panicking because it's September. We've not had a great September and it is still very early doors. Nothing's really won or lost in September, but we do need to turn the corner, and we've got Benfica tonight. And as you know, we've got you lot on Saturday, which is going to be interesting at the Bridge. So yeah, say what you've got to say about us. We've not been good in September. It is what it is. You're muted again.
Have you been good at all this season? Now that we look at your games, go all the way back from the beginning, and you actually analyze each game, you can say you've seen flaws throughout the whole season. The only time I could see you were really, really good was that final game of the Club World Cup versus PSG. That's the last time where I seen Chelsea. West Ham, yeah, but West Ham are so bad that it's also unfair to say, you know what, that's a good analyzation of how good Chelsea really are. This season, what I've seen from Maresca is very worrying because you guys talk about your players getting sent off, but the moment your players get sent off, it's like he doesn't trust your defense at all, and then he cuts off your attack completely, which invites more and more pressure. Which eventually, when you can see that much pressure and you face that much pressure with a defense that's already not reliable, you're asking for trouble. And this is where I feel like, yes, maybe it's inexperience, but at the same time, he doesn't get that excuse. He's been in management as an assistant or as a head coach since 2017, or if I'm not mistaken.
Was it treble winning Man City? He was there.
Yeah, Martin. He was at Man City. He was at Palmer. He was at all these places. He's seen it all. So he should understand that there's no need for you to take off all your attackers. You need some attack to relieve pressure. Malagusto had a moment where he was going by himself. There was nobody to pass to. You can't blame the defender for passing it, trying to make a pass when there's no one to pass to. Your manager has cost you guys the games because he went too defensive when he went down to 10 men. If he was to keep a couple attackers on the pitch, at least you could try to counter. And your best defense in that point is to try to get the ball as high up the pitch away from goal. Forget about just defending with the 10 men that you have.
Well, you are right, because Esteval looked all right against Brighton. He was skinning defenders and getting in behind, and he was looking good. And I think with Esteval, once he gets that goal, I keep saying about it, once he gets that first goal, unfortunately, the last two games he's been taken off because of red cards. But, once he gets that goal, I can see him being one of the players that kind of like will probably be starting in that team. And I was saying this earlier on my own channel to people, and they were saying, no, he's too young, this, that, and the other. But he's shown a lot of maturity, this young lad, to come in. All right, he's not played enough because he keeps getting taken off. But in the moments where we're not playing that great, I'm looking at who can we rely on? And he's looking like one of the players, I think, that once he gets a goal or two or an assist, could really kick on for us,
Also, you guys are already down on defenders. For Chalobah to get a red card after your goalkeeper getting a red card the week prior, it's like, how many defenders?
I'll be honest with you. I think this red card talk is just giving Chelsea fans.
No. I'm saying, how many centre backs do you guys now have to go into that game versus Liverpool with Chalobah out?
We have Badia Shile, who's back, Hato, and Josh.
Achimpong. You get me? Yeah, you gotta put the prize in the
I mean,
bag.
that's enough for Florian Wirtz.
No, bro, it's not about put the prize in the bag. Last thing, I think you guys, your transfer window was so mid. As much as you guys did well in your, as much as you guys did well with your attack, I mean, with your what do you call it? Selling players. Your signings in the attack have been so bad that I'm not even seeing Garnacho or Gittins come off the bench in this game where he's already taken off so many attackers. You'd think he'd throw one of them on, tired legs, get somebody to run at the run.
That's a question mark on Maresca, though, isn't it, again? That's not the
fact
that the
why
player
do you spend?
Good because we're not
Why
seeing
you
it.
spend? No. It's also, does he not trust them, or did your club just go and spend 100 million on 2 attackers for no goddamn reason when you could have got somebody of quality?
He came out yesterday and actually said that he made the wrong decisions in the red card because he's like Sam said. He says he doesn't prepare, which I don't like why he said this, but he says he doesn't prepare for Chelsea having 10 men on the pitch because it kind of throws the plan out the window, which is not really a good excuse. Because the one thing I would say about him is that, especially at the end of last season, he was showing a way of being able to adapt and get the best out of what we had. And we had no Jackson for a while because he kept getting sent off as well. We had no attack whatsoever and we were still winning games. You know, so he has shown a way to make sure that we can. It's just that of recent, he's just kind of done the wrong thing.
The problem is, look, here's the thing. You've had the easiest start to the season out of everyone on the panel. That's objectively speaking. That's like via Opta. That's not Husam's opinion. You've had the easiest start of the season. Palace at home, West Ham, Fulham. You get me? You've played like quite a few. Even Brighton at home. Like Brighton's the type of club that you don't want to face away from home. But at home, usually most big clubs will deal with them. Like if you went away to Brighton, it would be different in my opinion. But it's Brighton at home. Having 8 points after like from 18 is mad. Like honestly, and you know, I was doing a show with Lewis yesterday, and he said it. He was like, "I did say at the start of the season that that we're gonna have 12 points from 12. Like people expected, basically by this time, which is before the Liverpool game, that Chelsea could be like on 12 points from 12, 13 points from 15, whatever it is. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe drop a point here or there, but for the most part, expected consistency." And we haven't gotten consistency from Chelsea at all. And I think the red card is a little bit of a cop-out because, look, we've all seen our football clubs win games with the red cards. We've all seen it before. Like, it's not the end of the world. And specifically, like the game against Man United, we get back to it. Last week, I said people was questioning whether Pep is a coward or Arteta is a coward. I said Maresca was the biggest coward of the whole week. How do you make 3 after 1 red card? Like, you get what I'm saying? So, look, 11v11, you looked all right against Brighton, so we have to be honest about that. But it's the fact that you've got 8 points from 18 with Liverpool, who just lost coming to Stamford Bridge against Josh Achimpong.
I agree with that. But at the same time, I don't actually think any team in the Premier League's played well in his first X amount of games anyway. The difference is you guys are finding ways to win when you're not playing well, and we're just self-inflicting ourselves by doing stupid things, by getting like red cards in games and little moments, you know what I mean? Like that's the difference, really and truly.
Can I just defend? Can I just defend my blue brother? Just for 30
seconds. You guys are all so cringy, honestly.
Can I just defend?
Fucking cringy.
Igal, you were the biggest Chelsea.
You won't see Igal defending me in the Liverpool section.
You were the biggest Chelsea glazer 2 weeks ago. So stop.
No, I was not a Chelsea glazer. I said Chelsea should have
Change your name up there to Igal.
Listen.
One second, but wasn't I on the show last week saying Chelsea are shit and they showed to me that
what I'm saying is, Jem said Chelsea had deficiencies. We all knew you needed a goaler. We all knew they needed a top centre back.
Yeah,
you
and they also were in the same bracket as you in the Club World Cup and won it. So
yeah.
Because they took their Club World Cup.
And by the way, Sanchez hasn't even been at fault for anything except United away. United away is the only moment Sanchez has had wrong this whole season. The rest of the season, he's been okay. Like, it's not like we can't just sit up here and be parrots every week. Like, Sanchez.
Martin is playing 3D chess. I just realized he picks up every single team that does mediocrity and only.
Yes.
No,
you sly little fox. You think you can play? Yeah, laugh. Why are you laughing?
If there was a Manchester United panelist, you would pick them up every week.
No, they always
Back.
say elephants have good memories.
Because it's not
I
a
have a very good
contender
memory.
to City
I have a good
anymore, you
memory.
know?
I remember the glazing for the last 3 weeks. Chelsea going to be in the title race. Third, you know.
Sounds going to be looking in his back mirror.
You know.
Do you remember the glazing for Man City after week 1? And then you went and lost your next 2 weeks? Did that matter?
1-0 Igal.
Oh, no. Igal will come to the City glazing part soon. Don't worry. But we're on Chelsea.
I actually
we
said
have
that
time.
City will be all right and they'll get through it. While Gal was going,
Let's talk about this.
And Pep is finished and all of this. So it was two
Maresca,
different things.
the ownership
you,
came
Jan.
to speak to Maresca after the game. That's never a good sign.
Who?
That's
Yeah.
never. The
It's not a
ownership
good sign
of
at all.
Chelsea Football Club came
Went
into the
down.
locker room to speak to
Yes, I
Maresca
did.
after the game, reported by the Metro. That's never a good sign. Could you see could you see a world that he could end up leaving before the end of the year?
No.
With Chelsea, it's never impossible.
It's never
Depends
impossible.
what mood Ted Bowler's in, isn't it?
You know what it is for me? You get rid of him because he's going through a bad patch. But then if we do decide to get rid of him, then we're just taking 2 steps backwards, because the next thing with Chelsea fans, and they all do this, is, what's the next new toy? Let's go and get Glasner. Let's go and get Areola.
And they'll spend another 500 million.
Exactly. And then it gets cycled around. Instead of going forward, we took 2 steps backwards because we've decided to get rid of him. But then we bring in a manager that's just doing well this season. Do you know what I mean? Like, it don't make no sense to me. You know, I'd rather just try and see it through and see how he gets on. Let him try and learn from his mistakes. Let him show us if he has learned from his mistakes, and let him just try and grow. He's won 2 trophies last year.
I'm consistent, just like I defended Poch, I'll defend Maresca. I think the scouts, I think the transfer directors are the ones that are truly at fault at Chelsea. Gittins and Garnacho's 90 million right there, bro. What bullshit is these directors
90?
on?
That's 105.
Yeah, well, what bullshit are they on? No, but they won't activate any clause.
Like whatever, yeah. It was like
they won't activate any clause the way that they're playing.
Yeah.
That kind of money could have got you another quality midfielder or a top attacker.
But when you compare it
to
9 million, they could have signed Rodrigo. Hello.
Well, no, but you got to compare it to what we was actually looking at before, when we was looking at these 2 at the time.
You guys were looking at Ekitike. You ended up with
we was looking at Kudus and Xavi Simmons, and we ended up with Garnacho and Gittins.
Kudus, Xavi Simmons, and Ekitike. Imagine you signed all 3, and that's your front 3.
I think that might be down to wages also, because you guys are something about you guys don't want to do too much wages.
Yeah. That is true.
Guess what? One thing I learned from Chelsea early days with Roman: if you're cheap, you lose your best players, and another team gets them. So right now, you guys are being cheap. Then
we have also got the UEFA restriction thing, which is a big problem for us, and we've got the same problem going into next year with it as well from UEFA.
What's the restrictions? Please tell us.
So it's so fucking long-winded. But to cut a long story short, we have to sell players from the A list of the European competitions that we're in. So any players that ain't in the A list of the European competition, if you sell them, they basically, you can't register players that you sign. So we have to sell players from the A list to then be able to buy and then be able to register them to that list. So whoever the 23-man list is, yeah. So I'll give you an example. You see Disassi, Sterling, and Jackson, who's still owned by Chelsea in theory. When they come back when it gets to next summer window, when we sell them, which I hope we do, they won't count to the UEFA restrictions because they're not they weren't in the A list of the UEFA Champions League. We have to sell players from the A list for it to count.
So, for example, you're going to have to sell a Santos if you want to make money.
Exactly, yeah, to be able to buy someone, and then you have to balance the wage and then the revenue as well, because we can't be over a certain amount as well. It's a pain in the ass, mate. We really got a tight noose on us for the next.
So your owner's strategy seems to be backfiring a little bit now.
Well, no. This is for Prees, though, isn't it? This is for what we done prior, though, isn't it? To them. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, is this the Roman situation?
This is everything. Yeah, this is that. And then we've got the FA charge as well with Roman, which we're waiting for an answer on as well. So we've got 2 issues at the moment.
Okay, let's be objective about this. Most likely you're going to lose next week. That's 8 points from 21. Then what happens?
Next week, why are we losing?
If they play Lavia.
We ain't losing to Liverpool.
At home.
Florian Wirtz 007. Like, come on, man. Are we starting on that?
Florian Wirtz, bro. You keep talking.
I'm not forgetting Florian Wirtz because you told me he's better than Cole Palmer at the beginning of the season. So I am on this guy. I'm waiting.
Your centre back partnership in that game is Achimpong and Hato. Respect yourself.
It's going to be Badia Shield and fuck those.
He just convinced himself he's gonna lose. That's the best part. Like
the only thing
no, it's not gonna be Achimpong. It's gonna be Badeshile. Oh, she'll shiver me timbers. Oh my god, I'm so scared.
Well, you should be worried about our midfield's back, I guess, with Lavia and Caicedo and Enzo. That could be a help.
You know what? How is it you guys spent? How many players are injured? Because you guys spent 2 billion,
and
I
the
see
second highest injury list in the Premier League. Second.
No, but you spent 2 billion. Your squad is not that deep. What's going on?
Why do people do this? Oh, you spent 2 billion. No. Yes, we might not spend it.
I seen a combined 11. I seen a 11 for the team that's going to be playing this weekend in the Champions League, and I was seeing players that are NPCs that I've never heard of. How is that possible?
Well, obviously we put some. To be honest, Gal, the reason we've done that is because we've also got to rest players for Liverpool. So players that have been playing last game round won't play, and we'll end up bringing in someone like Reggie Walsh, who's a reserve player.
You lost your first game. You don't want to take Benfica lightly.
No, we won't. But they'll be on the bench. What I'm saying is, if Enzo Fernandez is starting this game, which he probably is, and Lavia, I don't expect him to finish, which means we'll probably, instead of using Caicedo, which we might do, we might end up using Reggie Walsh, or we might be using Tyreek George. It's just about winning the game earlier on to then switch it around. But we've got like 10 or 11 injuries as well. Missing a lot of players ago.
Good luck. I thought you guys were past the days of Cole Palmer FC, but it really does seem like without him, everything falls apart.
It's not true, though, because when Cole Palmer was out at the end of last season, we were winning games through core players stepping up in Enzo, Caicedo, Cucurella was scoring goals. We had goals across the pitch. Reece James was contributing. So it wasn't just Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer was not playing well, as Husam always says at the end of last year.
It's true, bro. He has one open play goal in 9 months.
Fair.
So
it's true. What? Did I make that up? Is that a false stat?
Other people have stepped up for us, basically, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know. But anyway, can we
guys, let's move on. Talk about the biggest club in England. Yeah. Also, how the hell do we have 700 people in here? We're at 78 likes. What kind of conversion rate is this, you frauds? There's no way we're not even at 100 likes yet. Close the live chat and hit the like button right now, you bunch of frauds. We're not even at 100 likes. There's 700 people locked in. We need your help now more than ever with the algorithms, guys.
I bet you any money there would be 14,000 people in here if Arsenal lost and all you guys won.
No, that's not true. That's categorically not true. Actually, there's probably more people because Liverpool did lose. You get me, Gal. It's just, people want Husam blood because I've spoken about so much shit about everyone. So close the live chat, hit the like button. And it's actually worse than Verts' conversion rate. Because Verts has 1 assist in 8 games. You guys are 1 in 10. So your conversion rate is worse. 10%. You get me? So
pull up the comment underneath that. Because that right there is a lie. It's not main character syndrome. We are the main characters. Every single episode of every show, Arsenal is the main topic. Let's not lie.
You know what? And then again, we'll go into another show next week and go, why are Arsenal fans hated so much?
Yeah, exactly.
You know why? It's because you dig at every
Arsenal fans are trending topic every single day.
Your fans count it as a trophy.
You guys
speak about Arsenal. You guys speak about Arsenal.
Anyway, no, we're not doing this. I know what you're doing now. You're trying to get us into Arsenal. Carry on, Sam.
Yes. Anyway, Liverpool Football Club, you guys. Everyone knows my opinions already.
Talk about me.
Husam had a show. Husam had a show on Friday where he's saying Liverpool are the super villains, and he spent a 20-minute speaking about just Arsenal.
No, Gal, your club is not the super villains. Your fans are the super villains. That's the part you like.
I did say Liverpool are the villains, and I stick by that. I think we're the villains of the Premier League.
And some of your fans are excellent, but some of your fans are so delusional and arrogant. It's unreal.
Yeah, it's true. That is true.
We are the villains, by the way. There's nothing wrong with
the The problem
of this Premier League season are Liverpool because we're the one that's hunted by everyone, basically.
Well, you're the one that spent the most money, isn't it?
Soon you'll be
and we spent a lot of money.
Soon you'll be the sacrificial lamb. But as for now, you guys are top dog. Everyone's chasing you. But when it comes down to it, Husam.
Yes.
Can I start with the Liverpool section since
let Sam start. Let Sam start. I want to hear Sam talk. Let him talk
Why?
first.
Let him
Because
defend
this is his
himself.
team. I want to hear what he because this is what he does.
Go ahead.
He lets everyone talk. Everyone gets what they have to say after.
Go ahead.
You think I'm dodging it? Okay, no problem. I'll
Let
speak
him
on the
talk.
game. I
Go
think this was our worst performance of the whole season. I think we should have been 5-0 down by the first half alone. Thank God we employ Alisson Becker. If Alisson was not in net, that would have been 5-0 easily. Mateta should have scored. Ismail Assar should have scored. They had multiple chances to score multiple goals. That first half was literally like we got abused by Crystal Palace. The result is 100% fair. They're the team that deserved to win. We did not deserve to win that game of football at all. They were the much better side than us. And that first half, our performance was pathetic. Konate got absolutely like abused by Mateta, like completely abused by him. He just destroyed him that game. You look at Connor Bradley as well, who's a right back that a lot of people, even in the league, rate, and he was just destroyed. That right hand side, I refer to them in the watch along as Dumb and Dumber, like Konate and Bradley, and they deserve to be insulted like that because both of them just got absolutely slapped from start to finish, and they were dominated and they were destroyed, to be honest with you. And those were the two worst individuals on the pitch. I look at our forward line. Look, we signed Isak for 120 million. Isak had to go all the way to the left-hand side, play 3-1-2s to create a chance for himself. That should never, ever be like a thing. You shouldn't need to have your 120 million pound signing, drift all the way to the left-hand side and play 3 1-on-1, 1-2s, sorry, just to create a chance for himself because your team is not able to create. Glasner out-coached Slot as well. People speak about Florian Wirtz, but Florian Wirtz is not the reason why we lost that game. I think I had Florian Wirtz overall in a Liverpool shirt has been underwhelming. We don't make excuses. We ain't Arsenal fans. Florian Wirtz has been underwhelming. Florian Wirtz has not played up to his price tag. Florian Wirtz has not performed at the high level we expected. Florian Wirtz needs to do a lot better in a Liverpool shirt. Florian Wirtz so far in Liverpool shirt has not had good games. He's simply had good moments. That's it. He hasn't had good games. He hasn't had like, you know, a 45-minute spell where I can say he was amazing, but he's shown spurts here and there where he was like he has quality basically. Like some of the first touches he had in the Palace game were amazing, you know. And to be honest with you, one thing I will blame with Slot regarding Wirtz is every time he starts to build a bit of momentum, he gets subbed off, which is something I don't like as well. Like I feel like in that Palace game, he was getting into the flow of the game, getting a lot better. Then all of a sudden, he subs him off. And that's something that I kind of dislike a little bit. Chiesa scored, and I said at that moment in time, and to be fair, once again, I'm not an Arsenal fan. I do not say that the game was difficult after it ends. I say it was difficult before it starts. I said, and Martin's my witness, I said Palace and Chelsea, I take 4 points right now. I said a draw away at Palace is not a bad result. I mentioned this before the game, even before a ball was kicked. So I would have taken a draw all day, and it would have been a scam. If that game ended 1-1, it's 100% a scam because Palace deserve to win. Kirk has fluffs the clearance, should have cleared it all the way to the Palace half. Instead, he clears it for a throw-in. I don't know why. You get me? Palace players are allowed to use the towel. Arsenal players aren't. Anyway, that's just me bullshitting right there. You get me? Just so I can feed into Igal's narrative of everyone.
By the way, you guys agreed.
Anyway, long throw comes in. Curtis Jones horrendous clearance. We concede. And to be honest with you, I must say this right now. I'm happy we lost because this loss will humble these players that some of them are getting so complacent to the level where they think they can just turn up against teams and end up winning. And yes, I understand arrogance is good. Confidence is good because it will win you games. It will get you through good games. It shows that the squad has belief. Yeah, I like that. But at the same time, you can't turn up to places like Crystal Palace away, Brighton away, Brentford away. Like, this is a tough league now. You can't expect that just because you're Liverpool, you're going to win. And some of these players are complacent, lackadaisy, playing so slow. You get me? So we deserve to lose that game. And to be honest with you, like the team was shambolic. The only players I give credit to in the whole team was Alisson, because he's the reason why this wasn't 6-0. Van Dijk is because he's another reason why this wasn't 6-0, considering the shit that was playing around him. And the third one is Federico Chiesa, because he comes on, immediate spark, scores a goal, gets into the correct positions, and I think he deserves a chance as well to start on this team. So that's the only three players. The rest of the team, just so we can bypass this whole like, oh my God, you're saying this, you're saying that. The rest of the team, other than those three, were either meh, average, below average, or complete ass. You get me? So no one deserves credit. And
Can you
we need to learn
can you
from
name
this
those
experience.
ass players, please, just so we know for the record?
Okay, I will name the ass players. Konate was ass. Bradley was ass. McAllister was ass. Salah was ass. And Gakpo was shit when he came on as well. Florian Wirtz was really bad. I think Gravenberg didn't have his best game, but at least he was like maybe our best midfielder. Soboslai was okay in terms of like tracking back, but going forward he needs to do a lot better. Frimpong, actually, when he came on, he didn't do much better than Bradley did. I'll be honest with you. Like Frimpong, like
Exactly.
the one thing I like about Frimpong is because he's really quick and he overlaps, it helps Salah. Because Salah is old. We don't have time for like underlapping fullbacks. We need someone to overlap with him. And that helps him a little bit. So yeah,
Exactly.
too many players were bad in that game.
What do you think of Curtis Jones?
Curtis Jones was okay. Nothing special, nothing bad. But he was the one that had the bad clearance at the end.
All right. Arne Slot messed it up. It's his fault. The real reason why you guys lost. The setup from the beginning was a mistake. I don't think Florian Wirtz playing out wide helps you guys in this situation. Why were you guys choosing to go up against a team that plays with a 3 at the back and has wing backs, and you have the choice of McAllister, Wirtz, and what do you call it, Kirkes on the left hand side, having to go up against Sarr and Muniz the whole time? You're literally asking for trouble, because I don't think Florian Wirtz was going to help out as much as he was. If he did, fair play. But every time I looked at that side of the pitch, it seemed like Kirkes was going up against it, and it was a nightmare for him. And then Van Dijk, that space between Van Dijk and Kirkes, Sarr was getting in between there and causing havoc also. The other side of the pitch, Bradley was not having a good time either. So you really did mess up both sides of the pitch. Not enough help defensively from your wingers, and then you guys were playing so narrow, and Palace were playing so wide. They were spreading out the pitch, causing you guys way more trouble than you had to. This was one game. You said it already. He got out coached, but the main reason why he got out coached was the tactical setup from the beginning. If you would have had a winger. If you would have had a winger on the pitch instead of Florian Wirtz, you maybe would have had better spacing. And also, can McAllister and Wirtz play with each other on that left-hand side? It seems like they're always on top of each other. Every time they're playing, every time they're getting on the ball, it seems like they're so close. Their spatial awareness when they play together doesn't make sense. And even when they're central and McAllister is playing, you see Wirtz trying to go a little bit more to the left than he does on the right. So I don't know what you guys are going to do with that, but you need to find a position for Florian Wirtz. Talking about 007 and all that other stuff, I could make jokes about him, but the reality is Mo Salah has been much worse than him, and he's held to a much higher standard. I expect so much more from Mo Salah. The last 3 games, people are looking at Mo Salah saying you're not getting the same level of connection with the rest of your teammates. You're not getting involved as much. And to me, is this, you guys are missing Trent? Is this too much change in the lineup? Is this too much change and the manager not finding a way to get the best out of the players who you were getting the best out of last season? One thing we said last season, why you started so well, was because of the cohesion and the unit knowing how to play with each other. Now you're seeing a team that is trying to figure out how to play with each other. Isak's getting thrown in after barely playing with your boys because of Ekitike's injury. Ekitike getting suspended.
Ekitike's red card. Yeah,
Ekitike's red card literally was one of the reasons why Isak had to play with low fitness. And I'm not even going to stick it on him too much. But Kirkes, you called him the best left back in the league. Husam, have some shame.
I said one of, don't lie.
You said the best. Don't lie.
I never did.
You said the best, bro. Don't lie.
I never did. I'm not lying at all.
Don't do that. You said the best. Maybe I'm mistaken.
No, I said one of the best.
Okay. Last season he was the best.
One of the best, if not the best. That does not mean he's the best.
For your word, not last season. He was the best. He was in the team of the season.
Yeah, but that's a fact.
We're arguing over semantics. Yeah.
Saliba was in the team of the season. I think Van Dijk's better than him. But we're just talking about who was in the team of the season.
Why weren't they both in it?
Yeah, and Gabriel as well.
Yeah, so
it was all 3 center backs, 2 of yours and Van Dijk.
This time you're trying to get me off track. Kirkes has to.
I'm not getting you off track. You're speaking about my club. I didn't interrupt you once, bro. Like you added me. You mentioned me.
My bad. Kirkes though. Kirkes has been your biggest letdown. Everyone talks about Wirtz. Everyone talks about other players. Kirkes has been the biggest letdown based on his poor defense. He's been looking poor defensively. He's been making silly mistakes. And your manager speaking about him after the press conference in the way that he did, boy, I'm here for it. I'm here for all the drama. This is going to be the biggest job that Arne Slot has ever done in his career. He won the league last year, mostly down to the cohesion of the team and him coming in and just adding a sprinkle. Now he needs to rebuild everything basically from scratch and find a way to get these guys to play. And you missed Trent a little bit more than you guys actually thought. That's my final.
It's not just Trent though. You spoke the truth, which is Slot is the one that needs to figure this out. There is no way we've got all these nuclear weapons up top and there's a lack of cohesion. It's not just chemistry. Look, here's the thing. What I said, just consider what I just said. The fact that Isak had to go all the way to the left wing, play 3-1-2s just to get one chance for himself is a disaster. We need to be able to create. When you sign a £120 million player, you need to be able to create. There is no cohesion in the system and someone needs to get dropped. And I'll be honest with you, as things stand, based off form, the one that needs to get dropped is one of my favorite players, which is McAllister. Right? As things stand right now, in order to have a bit of like cohesion, a bit of like unity, bro, Szoboszlai, Gravenberg, Wirtz ahead of him, Salah, Gakpo or Chiesa, and Isak or Ekitike. And that's the
conversation. Your best half of football was without Florian Wirtz versus Everton.
Well, I would agree with that as well. I'll be honest.
No, that's not true. The best half of football we played was against Atletico. That was by far our best performance of the whole year, by the way. That's not even bias. Like, ask any Liverpool fan, he'll tell you. Atletico, we genuinely cooked the shit out of them.
I'll keep it short and sweet because Gal said a lot of what I was going to say, to be fair. He covered a lot of the areas on it. I think this wasn't a shock to me, you guys losing. I thought this was coming, to be quite honest, because of just the way that you were playing or have been playing of recent, especially in the Premier League. It's not been... when I look at how you are set up and what you're trying to do, I think there's too many players getting in each other's ways in the box, making the runs into the same positions, doubling up when they shouldn't do. And these are things that ultimately land on Slot. And something that it's not something that he can't work out, right? It's something that he needs to look at and go, right, if we're going to play Wirtz, then maybe we don't play this one because they're too alike. Or, if we've got Isak up front, then we need to try and work out the creativity, which means you need your creators on the pitch. And I just think there's certain things from what I've seen of Liverpool where it's just, you could tell that the cohesion's not there. They're not, there's no chemistry up there right now, if you know what I mean. The understanding, the pathological understanding of knowing when to run, when to pass, who's going to be in the box, all of this stuff. It's just not ticking yet. And that might just be because it's still very earlier on in the season, and time will tell, and maybe they just need time to understand each other, to understand the instruction from Slot as well. But I agree with Agal when it comes to Kirkes. This guy has been ass. He looks like a liability, and I'll be quite honest with you, going into the game, obviously we'll talk too much about it, going into the game knowing that you're starting him, I would be making sure that if it's Esteval or Neto, that these guys are just running at this guy.
I don't know that for a fact at this point.
Yeah, well, if he is starting,
might go Robertson.
Yeah, so it's not stuff that you can't sort out, Husam, because I do think a lot of it is just about them understanding where they need to be and then tuning them and getting the best out of them as a cohesion. But defensively is a little bit of a worry, because when you're watching someone like Konate, who's usually very good next to a Van Dijk, getting spun by Mateta and getting dealt with, and it is a little bit of a worrying sign defensively for you guys, because I think Van Dijk's great. I think defensively you've always been a club that you can get at just because of the way you play, the way you play your high lines, and there's always that opportunity to hurt. And that's why I thought Palace would probably come away with, either a draw or a win in this. And to be fair to Palace, they've done everything right. To be quite honest with you, they've done everything right. They were aggressive. They're in your face, and they've become your bogey team. To be quite honest with you, of recent, they've become your sort of bogey team.
Let's be honest. Let's go back 2 or 3 weeks. Let's go back to the first episode of this. We all said, and me and Husam agreed on this, Liverpool were always going to be exposed at the back. You could tell with the players they bought and the way they were going to set up. What has got Liverpool out for the last 4 weeks? It's been their attack and the potency. Now, again, I said they've been on a great run, but you will see what Liverpool are going to be like when they've lost the game and how they bounce back. Now we look at the next three. It's Galatasaray away tonight. You've got Chelsea and you got United, and everyone will go, "Oh, it's United." Liverpool and United is just again, they're like derbies. If you want to try and guess a score of a United Liverpool game, good luck with that. You know, I've actually seen the shittest United teams go to Anfield and dug out a 0-0 when United have been on 12-game losing run.
I genuinely want United to beat Sunderland on the weekend as well.
Yeah, because United tend to get a result against you when they're coming in being
no,
shit.
there's a worse scenario for me.
It's so for me, the one thing I've noticed this
if
season,
they lose to Sunderland, they might sack Amarim and bring in fucking Glass.
Yeah, well, I've noticed this. I noticed this with every fan base now this season. Let's go by year, 2 years even. No one was looking at the sodden table 6-7 games in, and now we're all celebrating where we all are 6-7 games in. We never did this. We're not even at the 1st of October, and we're sat looking at a league table. What we doing? Seriously?
You know what this is, though? This is because last season, the league was pretty much done after 9 games.
Right. I appreciate that, but are you telling me Palace, Bournemouth, and Sunderland are going to be in the top 6?
No, but I'm going to tell you this. If Liverpool would have won and Arsenal would have lost, an 8-point gap this early in the season is very difficult to come back from.
Yeah, difficult. Yeah,
the only reason why people are looking at the table this early in the season is because Liverpool were undefeated going into this week. They lost. Arsenal made a gap that would have potentially.
You do know City were undefeated till November last season ago.
No, I'm saying no loss.
No, we haven't lost till November.
No losses, no draws. They literally were winning every game. You guys drew some games here and there. They did not drop any points for the first 5 games. So for them to drop points this weekend and for Arsenal to then capitalize, that's why people were speaking about the table. And that's why people are speaking about the difference. Going into the weekend, there were so many scenarios. Them beating Palace, Arsenal losing to Newcastle, both teams winning, both teams drawing. But the vast difference between us losing and them winning would have been so crazy because it would have been an 8-point gap. What would it have been? Yeah, 8-point gap this early in the season. Yeah. That's a wild gap. I know you have an 8-point gap I know you had an 8-point gap going into the weekend. You made up 3 points on them.
Yeah, it's still very all close.
Here's the thing. I find myself now being like the uncle of YouTube. You get me? Because I've actually become like a lot more positive than ever. And I do agree with Martin's take. I do think like the world is ending, every time like there's a bad result. That's just the truth. Like I think the performance was horrendous and I called it out. But to be honest with you, like from a Liverpool perspective, the fact that we've got 15 points out of 18 with the difficult start that we had, and our only loss is the team that haven't lost the game for 20. By the way, people need to deep this. Crystal Palace are undefeated in 20 games.
18.
No, if you include the Conference League qualifiers, it's 20 games. If you include Fredrikstad, which is a competitive game because they had to qualify to the Conference League. So if you include that, that's 20 games. The only teams that I have seen go 20 games undefeated is like Liverpool, Arsenal, City, like the best of the best teams, right? So the fact that Crystal Palace are on that run. And there's another thing as well I want to address, and it's a bit more of an existential conversation, but it's the reality. So it could be existential, but it's the truth. Here's the thing. The Premier League now is the best it's ever been, and it's genuinely the toughest league in the world to win.
Yeah.
Now, beating Brighton, I actually went through this last time. Watch this, yeah? Let me show you honestly. I counted how many games you reckon are actually like genuinely easy games in the Premier League. And it was about like 4 or 5 teams. Watch this. Beating Forest ain't easy. Beating Villa ain't easy. Beating Newcastle ain't easy. Man United is a derby. Beating Brentford ain't easy. Beating Fulham ain't easy. Brighton, Everton. That's beside, by the way, this is beside the top 6. Bournemouth, Crystal Palace. I'm at 10 games. I've got 10 games home and away. That's not even top 6 sides, not even big 6 sides that are all very difficult to win. Like, that's the thing. Like, this league is becoming very difficult to win. So you can't just turn up against Crystal Palace and expect that you'll win the game of football. That's kind of not how this works. Like, you've actually got to be able to earn that win. You've got to be able to perform on the football pitch. And we did not perform. Now, the truth of the matter is, I think people are overdoing it on Liverpool as well, acting like we're crap all season and we're like lucky to be in this position. No, we're not. Bournemouth, who are a very tough game, we were way better than Bournemouth. They had like a 10-minute spell in the whole game. For out of 90 minutes, we were better for like 80 of them. Newcastle, I agree, dreadful performance. Arsenal, we were the better side in the second half. All the statistics prove it.
It was a 50-50 game.
Burnley, no, it wasn't. Burnley, away from home, Burnley, we didn't have a single chance. We boxed them in. You could say our creativity was bad, but overall, we weren't bad in that game, and we kept a clean sheet. You get me? Everton, first half, we were incredible, and we were winning. And second half, we defended really well. Yes, we didn't create anything, but we defended really well. So to act like, oh, like this is how we've played all season. But this is the first time ever I felt like we could have been 5-0 down in a half. So it's not how we've played all season. It's really not. Crystal Palace genuinely destroyed us. And the truth of the matter is, if we want to talk tactics, Arne Slot played the box midfield against a team with wingbacks. Munoz and Mitchell had the entirety of the wings to themselves because Salah on the right-hand side doesn't track back. So our wing play was destroyed. Like there was no wing play at all. And that's the problem, like, for me in the fixture in the game. That's the thing, you know. I want to read this just quickly. Big up to H and Crayon Dave. We'll come to you guys in a second. Both of them are starred, I promise. But this is Liverpool related. Yes, we're disjointed. I agree with that. We just need to be up there after 10 to 15 games and gel from there. City going under the radar here. We'll speak about City in a bit. But here's the thing. First of all, dubs on the chat for Tyler for dropping in the 30 piece. Thank you so much, Tyler. I appreciate you. This point right here is, look, 15 points out of 18 without gelling. What happens when we do gel, though? Like, that's the thing I'm still asking myself. What happens when we do get a consistent 11 that's starting most games of football? What happened when, you know, some of these players perform better? Because we all don't expect Florian Wirtz to have 0 GA till the end of the season. Like, obviously, he's going to start to get goals and assists at some point in time, whether it be next game or the game after or the game after, doesn't matter. Like, it's going to start at some point in time. Isak will start scoring goals. He's already scored one for us as well. Ekitike is in there. Gakpo can have a good run of form as well. We've seen that before. So I look forward to the future. Now, at the same time, I will be honest and say, look, if we go away to Stamford Bridge, and this with all due respect, I'm not even disrespecting Chelsea, I'm actually being honest. If we go to Stamford Bridge and we cannot beat Badiashile and Achimpong or Badiashile and Hato, we don't deserve the league. Like, that's a game that's a must-win game now because of what's happened in the past. We have to beat Chelsea, whether it's at Stamford Bridge or not. Badiashile and Achimpong, we have to beat that. I'm sorry, we just have to. It's a must-win game for us. And if we don't win next week, then alarm bells will start to ring.
The only thing is, you guys have been winning all these games and finding ways to win, but there's not been like a convincing performance from beginning to end. That's the only thing. Like, yes, the Burnley game, maybe if you would have put 4 past them, but the thing is, it took a last-minute penalty. Outside of like glimpses, we've not seen a consistent beginning to end performance from Liverpool. Where last season, your first 5 games, we've seen much more convincing performances, much more firing attacks, and you've scored 12 goals this season, second most in the league. You still have, but you've conceded a lot more, and you don't look as connected in the defense, midfield, or attack. So when people say you need to gel on all 3 levels.
But this is what happens when you buy high-profile players and you spend a lot of money on them because they have to play, right? And you have to get them in the team. And when you have what you had last year, which was, like you said, gelled and they were cohesive and, you know, their chemistry was good and they were, you know, there was a pattern in the way that they play. It's now the fact that Slot's looking at this year going, like, we want to play the same way, but we've got to integrate these players into the team. And that's where the time, I think, has to be given for these players to obviously adapt, you know. So I do think it's a timing phase with Liverpool.
And I do time for Isak, though. With everything Isak went through, Isak's, I'm not ready to. Yeah. For me, I've written Isak off till January, February.
Yeah, he's not. What happened to Mo Salah, though? That's the real question. Where has he been?
Well, Mo is he going to AFCON?
Yeah, of course he is.
That's a problem in itself, isn't it? Who's going to be over there? Who's going to be playing on that side when he's gone?
You know what?
Who's going to be playing on that side?
Yeah, when he's gone.
Maybe we're on the box midfield again, but this time with Isak and Ekitike.
Chiesa, maybe.
I expect that's the first time in the season probably we'll see Isak and Ekitike play with each other. To be honest.
So you play like a box midfield with two up front, or like one just
Yes.
in behind. Yeah.
But that one will make sense more than the shit that we did.
Yeah.
You get me? Like that one actually is something that makes sense, you know, instead of the bullshit that we did before. Yeah, that's basically what I mean. So you'd have Gravenberg in the pivot, RCM Soboslai, LCM McAllister, Wirtz in the 10, and then two strikers.
Yeah.
So it's not a 4-4-2. It's basically like Soboslai would be the right midfielder in defensive situations, and McAllister would be the left midfielder in defensive situations.
Well, you'd have Frimpong and Kirkes or whatever on the
Frimpong play right wing.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's a possibility too. Frimpong can play right wing. That is.
But they would give you the width and the speed to get up and down there as well. It'd probably be better for them to get up and down the pitch. To be fair, as well.
We'll have to
maybe. Who are we talking about now?
Are we going to talk about?
You guys have had enough of Liverpool. That's it.
You want to talk about City or Arsenal? Who we say?
I mean, Arsenal's boring. So let's talk about City.
You already know who we start with. By the way,
let's go.
81 of 1,273 of
My
your
guy,
world champions, Chelsea.
Lewis, I seen you in the group chat crying the other day, saying you felt my pain.
I can't make A-listers. Are you mocking my mental health? Watch. Let me tell you the teams above Chelsea right now: Liverpool, Arsenal, Palace, Tottenham, Sunderland, Bournemouth, City.
Is he still talking about title race? Lewis was.
He's like, if we lose next week to Liverpool, it's all over. You know.
Well, it's over in September. I mean, October.
Put the fries in the fact it's already been over.
Day 79.
In that case, Liverpool will win the league.
We start with Man City, please, because I feel like the Arsenal. We can talk about Arsenal after, but I want to start with Man
City. You beat Newcastle away from home. You don't think that's a worthy enough topic to start?
No, because Arsenal won. We can go last.
Oh, okay then.
What was there to talk about you? All you done was
Arsenal won, bro. City played Burnley. No. We're gonna go Arsenal first because City played Burnley. I'm not doing this. I'm sorry.
No, I just have something to say about City.
Oh, okay, wait. Let me just grab these supers first. Big up to Derek. Thanks so much. Thank you, Derek, for the super chat. I appreciate you, my brother. Thank you.
Because City's on your man, Igal.
I love Igal. That's all I came to say. Big up.
Big up.
No, mental health is not a joke. You're just a fraud. Big up to Crayon Davis says, "Come on, you gooners. You didn't send You'll Never Walk Alone." I'm disappointed, Crayon Dave. Igal, you should talk about PJ Moel, but Newcastle should have a penalty. Talk on that. Apparently, Gabriel doing this is
okay. So are we gonna like this? If we're gonna start, let's do the review of the refereeing decisions. And the first refereeing decision that we need to review is
you want to talk Arsenal or City? You said you want to talk City.
We do City or Arsenal.
You guys want to talk about referees?
No, I just read the super chat. I didn't say nothing. Go ahead. What do you want to say about City? Before we do that, guys, we got 900 people in here, not even at 200 likes yet. You guys mock Wirtz. Wallahi, your conversion rate is worse. Close the live chat and hit the like button right now, you frauds. We need the likes up. Yalla, get the likes up.
Your conversion rate needs to be like the Norwegian meat cleaver.
Hey, Martin, I'm sure Martin won't have a problem with Igal starting the City section. Yeah, go ahead, Igal. What do you want to say?
I was just simply saying City have a similar problem to last season. Erling Haaland is so good that if anything happens to them, they're finished. And the same thing happened with Rodri. When unfortunately Rodri got injured, they were finished. And now it's even worse with Marmoush going away to AFCON. If City are one injury away from going back to mid-table.
Can I just ask you quickly before you go on, why are you not talking about the fact that Foden's now coming in and finding a bit of form?
Because he won't do that.
Foden doesn't make up almost 70% of City's goals. City have 12 goals in the league. Erling Haaland scored 8.
It's called having a main striker, Gal. I know you've not had one for about.
I understand having a main striker, but there's something called spreading the goals around. And City of old would spread the goals around. City of recent have been very predictable.
Okay, so just tell me who our goal scorers are without looking at
all Erling Haaland. It's all Erling Haaland or nothing.
This is what you're doing. This is what you're doing.
No, it's an actual reality.
You're going to try and rage bait with
any City fan. To any City fan, tell me if I'm wrong. You're one Erling Haaland away from having.
Were they not 3-1 up before Haaland scored 2 goals by any chance?
Yeah, exactly. So I don't know what he's chatting about.
Erling Haaland actually set up one of the goals, and Erling Haaland.
Igal got me so hyped. He wants to speak about City, and this is the stuff that you come with.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You're just going to rage bait.
We are one injury away from being finished.
You got me so hyped.
Husam, it's the truth. We are one injury away from being finished, and they know it. If Erling Haaland, anything happens to him, that is 90% of their attack out the door.
Okay. There you go. You're finished.
Okay.
Did you lose, by the way, Martin? Was it a loss?
No.
Oh, I was
top goal scorers in the league.
It feels like you've lost the game, mate.
Top goal scorers in the league as well.
By two.
No,
I can't lie to you though. The thing that Igal just said, that last statement, that's not even crazy because Erling Haaland is the best striker in the world. So
and Marmoush is going to AFCON.
Right.
Yes, but I think you're. First of all, let me tell you something. As someone who actually knows about AFCON, Egypt aren't that good. Egypt aren't gonna win AFCON. I promise you, they won't. Egypt are not even like top 4 favorites. Like if Egypt get to the semi, well done.
To get to the final.
Senegal win it.
Mane and them, didn't they face Mane in a final?
There are too many nations with stacked teams. Algeria stacked, Morocco stacked, Ivory Coast is stacked. What's their name? Nigeria stacked as well. You've got how can I bro? Martin just said it. I mean, sorry,
Senegal.
Jem just Senegal is stacked as well.
Yeah.
So many there's so many nations that are stacked. Egypt is basically just Salah and Marmoush, and that's it.
Wait, but before Martin deflects, do you disagree with what I said?
About Haaland? No, I don't.
And what?
Jem, do you disagree with
No, I don't. Listen, but I do think it's very easy to say about most teams, though. Oh, if you lose this player, you're fucked. Like, you know what I mean? Because that's what we're kind of saying, isn't we? Like, we've got no Cole Palmer, and we struggle.
We started the season with no Saka. We missed games with Odegaard. We missed games with Saliba. We have squad depth.
Well, let's do the Arsenal section because you brought it back to Arsenal. You want to the main event mentality.
Erling Haaland misses any.
Why is Martin quiet in the City section? Why you just sat back?
Erling Haaland misses any period of time.
A lot about something you don't know about.
No, but you don't even want to.
No, go ahead. Speak then. Speak. Go ahead. Talk.
You had to go at me last week for speaking. You saw.
No. Go ahead. Speak about City. Go ahead.
At the end of the day, yes. Does Haaland score most of our goals? I expect him to. He's our main number 9. Of course, he's going to be scoring most of our goals. You expect that from any top team who's got a top number 9 up front. I don't get, and you can do that all you want, mate. I've watched football for over 40 years, and now it's run. You take R7 out of United at the time, scoring 40 goals. Take Suarez out, the Liverpool team at the time. He was having that. We can do all this all day long, you gal.
1 second. Take.
Just because your dusty striker ain't doing much.
No.
Being a beanpole.
They rely on defenders.
You
don't have enough goal scorers in your team to, if Erling Haaland was missing.
Okay, Foden scored this season. Nunes scored this season. We've got Doku. We've got Semenyo scoring. He's only scored 1, but he's not scoring.
You only have 4 other goals besides Erling Haaland. So
Igal, I think you're looking at the wrong side of the pitch.
No, but Igal, I'd look at this right. Arsenal have.
Defensively is City's problem.
Igal,
but the reason why it is because they don't have enough good attacking options. They can't hold on to the ball in the final third. They can't cause attacking problems. They can't kill off games like they used to because
kill off games with the top goal scorers. You waffle merchant. What you want about
here? To kill off their games. They have one player to make all their difference.
But against Burnley, they scored 3 goals without Haaland scoring.
Erling Haaland would contribute 3 of those goals. One of them was
at the end, Igal. You just proved to me you've not watched the game. You watch highlights. This is what you just proved to me right now.
I'm telling you right now, from if Erling Haaland was to miss an extended period of time,
Liverpool
you would see how poor the rest of your attack is.
Yeah, but that's common sense, bro. I agree, but it's common sense.
Okay, wait. Let's try to understand. So, Igal, what is your point? That Haaland scores too many goals? Like, what is it? Honestly,
no, I'm saying outside of Erling Haaland, nobody in Man City's team right now is offering any threat.
Okay. I'll objectively disagree with you. I think Doku's been amazing this season. I think Doku's having like a come out here. Doku's been really good. Foden has scored in the last 2 games. So we have to acknowledge when someone is coming out of bad form. He has scored in the last 2 games. You get me? Marmoush will come back at some point in time. Sherky will come back. So they do have firepower. If you want to criticize City, I criticize them for conceding a goal even to Burnley. So like that's a part where I go like, okay, defensively they do concede chances, blah blah, blah, same as us. So that's the part that's objective criticism. But going forward, I think if Haaland is out till the end of the season, God forbid, we wish him health and wealth. If he's out to the end of the season, yes, City won't win the league. We agree. But my thing is, like, I don't look at City's forward line and think that's the issue. I look at City's defense and think that's the issue.
No, I agree with you. Their defense has been an issue, and we already spoke about that on previous shows. I'm just acknowledging the fact that I feel like they're overly reliant on Erling Haaland, and no one else really shows that same level of consistency on a week in, week out basis. Now, this season, yes, Foden has just started having form now, and Doku's looked decent for the last couple of games. But the only other player outside of Erling Haaland who's shown a level of consistency for 6 months has been Marmoush.
The league hasn't been going for 6 months. What we doing?
I'm going even back to last season.
Igal. No, this is where, and this you are rage baiting here. You are rage baiting because I know what you're doing. I know I know your game. 6 months. City is the only team you talk about in the past of 2 seasons ago, 1 season ago.
You speak about Arsenal every time about not winning trophies. You speak about 4 seasons.
Because you haven't won a trophy in God knows how long. If you do it this year, I'll give you a record.
Why can't I speak about your goal scoring record outside of Erling Haaland and Marmoush for the last 6 months? Why is that not a fair point?
Talk this season. You said
6 games is not a good enough sample size.
Igal, you're doing it again. This is why I go quiet. You just shout over everyone because you got the loudest voice. Right? Stop, please.
Go ahead.
Haaland has scored. Foden has scored. Cherky has scored. Nunes has scored. Reinders has scored. Foden has looked a lot sharper since he's come back. A lot sharper. He's getting involved. Yes, there was 2 own goals the other day, but if you look at the first own goal, Foden's getting that ball in the net no matter what. If the Burnley defender's not putting it in, Foden's putting the ball in the net. Doku is now getting into very dangerous positions and he's making threats and he's causing problems. Yes, of course, Erling Haaland's going to be our main goal scorer because he is the main guy. If Gyökeres was getting all your goals, was getting more involved, then he would be your main guy. Again, the same way Suarez would be at Liverpool. Shearer was at Newcastle. We can go through all these. Robin van Persie was at United. You do have a main striker that gets the majority of your goals.
Not to this percentage, though. You literally 70%.
No, because Haaland's an alien, mate. Haaland is Terminator. Haaland is just out there of this world, mate.
Haaland's just Haaland.
I'll be honest with you, honestly. I wish I had that problem, Miguel.
Do you want me to tell Haaland to stop?
You had that last year. You had that last year.
Yeah, and guess what? We won the league.
Yeah.
If Gyökeres was scoring 30 goals a season,
but you also
share it around a bit.
Sorry?
If Gyökeres was getting 30, 40 goals a season, would you say calm down, share it around?
No, he wouldn't.
No, he wouldn't. But my point is City of old had multiple goal scorers that would get double digits.
That was 4 years ago when we played a false nine.
Right now, I don't think outside of Erling Haaland, I think a lot of the other guys are stoppable.
Okay, but
that's fine because you don't rate them, and that's fine. Yeah. What this is ago, you don't rate City, and that's absolutely fine. That's your opinion.
Going back to my main point, we already know about your defensive concerns. Now I'm starting to, even though you scored 5
defense in Liverpool,
even though you scored however many goals this season, and you've been killing it in the attacking end, I still think you can be stopped.
Yeah, well, I think that's true.
Shame you couldn't stop us.
Yeah. Listen, Man City for me. I'll be quick.
Let Jem go.
I'll be quick because you two are going to be.
Let the blue brother go. Go ahead.
Yeah. No, I'll just be quick. Listen, I think Man City were always going to find form eventually. You know, I think they do have quality players in the team. I agree with Husam when it comes to them defensively. I think that's where objectively we should be talking about, because conceding a goal against Burnley is poor. Like, let's be serious, it's poor. But listen, you know, having Rodri back in, Haaland leading the line, Marmoush slowly coming back in, Phil Foden finding his form again, because if Phil Foden finds his form, that's going to be a couple of goals for them. Doku playing the way he is at the moment. I want to talk about Doku specifically because I've always been quite critical of him in the past.
Unreal, absolutely unreal, Joe.
Yeah, well, he's the Doku of the seasons before that we've seen of him, I've always looked at him as someone that's good on the eye, being able to dribble and beat a man, but no real output at the end of it. I've just thought he's been a bit dead. But this season, he's really proved me wrong. He's really stepped up his game and he's looked really.
He's inverting now.
Yeah, he's inverting.
He's proving Martin himself wrong, by the way.
Yeah.
He's showing a bit of.
I apologized right by there last week.
Do you know what it is as well? Through the bad moments that Man City have been going through, you're seeing someone step up and try and be the difference, and that's what you need, right? When you're not playing well fundamentally, and and Haaland's not doing what Haaland needs to do, and you can't just rely on him, like Gal says. You need others around to be able to really just really show some form, and I think Doku's been one of them guys that you can look at and go, he stepped up, And now you add Marmoush with him, because I think Marmoush is a very good player, by the way. I rate him quite highly. You put Marmoush in with him as well, just behind Haaland, and you get Foden ticking. I think they'll be fine. I think that you'll see Man City winning games quite comfortably again. They will concede goals. They will do. But I think it's again going to be about them outscoring teams. And I think they have the firepower to do that. And that's what
I generally don't. I don't think. I think there's a different conversation between conceding goals and giving up chances. I think we'll give up chances. I think we'll concede a lot less with Gigi in the net. And when we bring, since we've had Cushion off, by the way, Nico Riley's turning out to be really good left back. He just, he went to the Emirates and pocketed their wingers. So, and this is a kid out of the academy, by the way. Sorry, Gal. But the simple fact is, I actually think defensively, Rodri's now back in training. Sorry, I know everyone thought Rodri was out injured again for the next 6 months, but he's back. Back training, Cherky's back training, Mamouche ain't Nora.
We only thought that because Pep said it, to be fair.
Yeah. Well, he didn't see this.
It wasn't us. We didn't say nothing.
Oh, no. Pep said he's got pain in his knee, which he did. I think he was probably slightly overplayed. Listen, I understand. I think we will give up chances, I think. But what I did say is I think there's a time and a place where we will go more defensive now. But against Burnley in the first half, we weren't that great. We were okay. Second half, he took the handbrake off and he took Sabinho off. He brought young Oscar Bob on. And Oscar Bob was causing them all sorts of problems. And I was very, very impressed. Haaland had one of them games where he keeps quiet. He was sort of in the game defensively in a hold-up play, but he wasn't in the game in a goal-scoring capacity until about the 80th minute. That's when Haaland got involved in the game then. We're already creating chances and scoring goals, but even though we're a one-man striking team, the big man didn't turn up till 80 minutes. Hey ho. No, but listen, I'm happy to be this underdog. I'll sit in the shadows and be an underdog right now. I'm happy with it. I am literally nicking us. I am the leopard in the tree this season, and I'm happy to do it.
One second.
I'm happy to be the leopard in the tree, and everyone loves.
One second. Didn't you say after game week 3, you're not in this title race, your team's shit?
No. What I said was, I will tell you at the end of October.
Don't lie, Martin. Don't lie. Even I'll back Igal on this. You did say you're out.
Are we the third favourites? Yes. But we, like I say, I will tell you. Do you know when I'll make my full decision? When we play Liverpool at the Etihad.
When's that?
6 weeks from now.
November.
Okay. Yeah. Interesting.
Because we've got Brentford away. Well, we've got Monaco tomorrow, Brentford away.
Then here's the problem once again, Martin. A game like Brentford away could ruin all your plans. Yes. You never know. Yes. Like that's the thing. Like these guys did you see how they defended even against United and against I think, bro, like they set up in the nastiest low block and they just leave their 2 strikers at halfway line and they just Henderson is a perfect signing for them. Spam balls in behind. Just run. You never know, bro. Like these guys are, bro. I
made one game at a time. We'll see where we land. But Pep's not ruling it. Listen, Pep's not here to make up the numbers. Pep's here to win a title. And I keep saying it. Pep, you underestimate and rule Pep Guardiola out at your own risk. Everyone calls him finished, but you'd all take him as a manager tomorrow. Igal, you'd sack Arteta in 5 minutes to get Pep in.
Everyone is taking Pep.
Once again. You have, Husam, you have the best attack. You have the best manager, okay? When fit, I think you have the deepest midfield. But I believe my team's the best squad. So that's why I'm ruling myself in this conversation ahead of all you guys.
Who has the best midfield? Us, you say? Yeah.
I think they have the best starting midfield, but not depth, by the way. Their depth is Hugo and Santos. Like, that's not depth.
Santos is quality, bro.
Santos is a good player.
Allow it.
They're good players.
Santos, Lavia,
we have got good depth.
Bro, Santos, Lavia,
the best depth in midfield in the league is City, by the way, but you guys are sleeping.
Santos, Lavia, and João Pedro are their second group of midfielders.
No, they're not.
That's
how who do they compare? No. Who do they compare Palmer to? Saka or Odegaard?
Palmer, João
Pedro. Compare Palmer to Saka or Odegaard?
Enzo, Santos, Lavia.
Palmer has been left wing. You said 6 months to Martin. He's been right wing for the last 6 months.
Bro, I'm looking at it based on.
You know what I mean? 6 months is only on the City part.
Yeah, he's been right wing, bro, for the longest time.
You believe you have a better midfield than Chelsea?
Who?
You believe you have a better midfield than Chelsea?
No, I said City have the deepest midfield in the league.
No, they don't. City don't have a balanced midfield.
Okay, check it. Rodri.
Bernardo
Rodri,
Silva.
Reinders, Sharky, Bernardo Silva, Kovacic. Who else? Nico Gonzalez. By the way, this 6 already depth-wise is way better than Hugo and Andre Santos.
Bro, I'm not even counting them. Chelsea have Caicedo, Enzo, Cole Palmer. Then you go.
Palmer is not a midfielder.
He is. He's a 10.
He plays right wing.
He's a 10.
Plays the 10, man.
I don't care. He plays right wing.
I don't care what you tell me at all. There is no City don't have a better midfield than Arsenal or Liverpool.
Okay, Timber. Okay, is Timber a centre back or a full back?
Timber's a right back.
No, Timber is originally a centre back. The reason why you say he's a right back is because he's played there for the last year. Cole Palmer has been playing right wing. We can't keep doing this 10 gimmick. He plays right wing.
He plays
on the pitch. He's a right winger on the pitch.
I'm not sure about the you have a better midfield.
Okay, wait. Martin, just name all City midfielders without commenting. Just say the names.
Rodri, Nico J, Kovacic, Bernardo Silva, Tijani Reinders, Phil Foden.
He's counting Foden and Church.
Yeah, because Foden plays it. This
Foden
shows me
plays there though.
You watch Manchester City 0 times. You watch Manchester City 0 times.
Foden played in the 10 against Burnley and against Man United.
And Cole Palmer plays in the 10 for Chelsea.
No, he does not. He play right wing.
No, he doesn't. He doesn't.
Really?
Foden is a midfielder, Igal.
So
mate, I'm telling you, he plays in the 10. He plays in the 10 for us.
So is Palmer.
He does. He plays in the 10.
No, I agree with
that. My midfield is Enzo, Caicedo, Palmer in front of him. That's it. That's what.
No, my point was.
Okay, who's your backup 3?
Lavia, Santos, Sugu.
Okay, Lavia, Santos, Sugu. Who's City's backup 3?
On ours.
Who plays in DM for them when they're
Nico Gonzalez and
Nico Gonzalez for Rodri.
And
Nico Gonzalez, Rodri, Kovacic. I'm missing someone.
You could say Sharky.
Churka. Yeah, I forgot bloody Churka.
So would I rather have Nico Gonzalez, Kovacic, and Sharky or Santos, Sugu?
I completely forgot about Churka.
I would rather have my second midfield being friggin' Lavia, Santos, and João Pedro any day of the week.
We're completely underestimating City here.
Any day of the week. You guys are underestimating Lavia. Every time he plays, he's one of the best players on the pitch, and he's their 4th choice midfielder.
He's played 11 games in 3 seasons.
He's very good, though.
Due to injury. But he's
a
quality player.
Every time Tomiyasu played, he was really good. Why did you want him sold, mister? Because he was never fit. Lavia's never fit. Lavia's never fit.
I agree.
Chelsea have 9 midfielders.
No, they do not. That's another lie.
Just on your something. Rodri and Foden get in your midfield. So that's 2 of your midfield spots.
Rodri and Foden do not get into my midfield. Maybe.
Oh my God.
Maybe Rodri, but 100% Rodri, but not Foden. Foden doesn't get into my midfield.
Who gets in ahead of Foden?
Foden will play left wing. Foden will play left wing for us.
Where would Eze play?
Eze right now plays in the 10.
Let me read
It's
these
a
two.
better 10 than
Let me
Foden.
just read these two before we move on to talk about Arsenal because I
my
cannot
God.
do this. You get me?
So
Big up
you got
Brian
an
Davis
agenda
says,
without saying you got an
it
agenda.
says you'll never walk alone just to support the team. Red pill, brother. Appreciate you, Brian Dave. Thank you so much. You get me? Thank you, brother. Dubs in the chat for my guy Derek. And this is a perfect segue to speak about Arsenal, guys. Likes up, like I said, we have hit 200 likes, so it's way worse than way better than before. Let's try to get to 300 likes, please. So close the live chat, hit the like button, subscribe. We're gonna end on the Arsenal segment. You get me? So please slap the like button right now. Subscribe.
Here we go.
Keep
25 minutes of Miguel glazing.
Yeah,
no,
wait.
Oh,
Yeah,
get the
big up,
Krispy
Jem.
Kreme donuts out. Let's
Just
go.
quickly, big up, Jem. I know you have to go. Kings of the Bridge is in the description, so I appreciate
Lucky
you, Jem.
Jam.
Can I just say
Thank
one
you so
thing
much.
on Arsenal before I go? Because I don't want to look like
Yes.
I'm just leaving when they're winning. And
Yes.
the gal goes, "Oh, you leave."
Go ahead.
I thought what Arsenal showed in that game more than anything was a mentality thing more than anything for me. It was more of a mentality thing to show that they can go over there after, what was it, their last games having 0 shots on target, finding it very hard over there, which I think most teams do, to coming back and, yes, they score from corners and free kicks, and that's just what they do. That's just how, how they're doing it is effective enough that it's winning them games. That's the truth, right? And opposition teams can't seem to solve it. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you're going to talk quickly about the decisions. I thought the Gyökeres one with Pope. I mean, if Sanchez is getting sent off for Mbeumo, then you'd probably think that they'd give the Gyökeres one on Pope. So I would say there needs to be some consistency there. However, I do think the Gabriel one, where his arms just completely not even in a natural position, is a penalty. It's just a penalty because it shouldn't be there in the first place. Yeah, I know, but the point being, we're relevant to the ball hitting him and then going up. His arm's in an unnatural position. Even if it hit him and then went over him, if his arm wasn't there, it would just gone over him, wouldn't it? Why would it hit him and then hit his arms, which stopped the ball from going in the box? So for me, that should have been a penalty, in my opinion. And then I saw the one that you guys are moaning about in the box where I think it's Bruno Guimaraes goes like that and it hits his
natural body position.
That's natural body position. We shouldn't even be talking about that.
He puts the arm behind his back and then takes it out and goes like this.
He's gone like that again. It's not like that, is he? He's hitting his arms. Like,
this is not natural. This is not natural unless you're trying to look like.
What do you want him to do? Tie his arms behind his back.
He turns like this and the ball hits this hand. Yeah, that's it.
Bro, he literally goes like this. Anyways, forget it.
Anyway, well done. You guys won. Shown some mentality, and let's just see what happens. But
big up, Jam. Things of the Bridge is in the description. Igal, let me just read this one because I just stopped reading it because Jam had to go. Igal would say Liverpool have.
See you later.
Oh, well, we'll see. We'll see.
See you later.
Igal will say Liverpool have not had an amazing, convincing win, as if Arsenal have had such a brave draw over City, that brave loss to Liverpool, that amazingly bad performance from United, and that very convincing last-minute winner to Newcastle United. Dubs in the chat for the super chat and for the message in the super chat. You get me? Because he's calling out Igal's bullshit. Anyway,
we haven't been scintillating ourselves, but we've had convincing performances within those games. The Nottingham Forest game, you can all say was a convincing performance versus a team that was supposed to be good last season. But hey, I'm not even going to talk about Leeds. It's too early in the season to be point scoring on who's better. I'm just simply saying your team did not look convincing. I'm not saying my team did. Now, this game, refereeing decisions, Jem covered it all. The only thing I'm going to say is, why is Jared Gillett being involved in 4 out of our 6 games to start the season? It doesn't make sense for one referee to be involved in all those games, and also a known Liverpool fan who's not allowed to referee Liverpool or Everton in the league because of his affiliation with Liverpool. So that is a fact, Husam. You cannot deny that. It has nothing to do with you specifically, but he physically cannot. I do think there is some questions need to be asked. Him and Darren English both being involved in the Arsenal game when they're Liverpool fans, and Arsenal is going to be a
he didn't give the Gabriel penalty.
Referee anything.
Aaron English, who I think was on VAR, was the guy who's actually the one who gave it, and he is also a Liverpool fan, and he's also not allowed to referee Everton or Liverpool games. But hey,
3/4 of the referees in the league are all from Manchester.
But I don't want to even speak about that anymore. Forget about that shit. Fuck those guys. I don't want to see him referee an Arsenal game.
Talk about that.
He's gonna referee an Arsenal game again.
He's sliding in a natural position, Martin. Natural position.
No. That is. If you don't want to talk about the decisions, number one, it should have been a penalty, and number two, I don't think it should have been a handball because he hits his body. And if you want to say that one wasn't a penalty and one was a handball, you're contradicting each other. So in my opinion, they basically canceled each other out because they said they're not going to give the penalty and they're not going to give this penalty because it hits his proximity of his body before it hits the hand. As for the rest of the decisions in the game, I think Gabriel kind of got lucky that he didn't get caught for barging Voltametum to start the half. And that's the only thing that we can say we got lucky for. The rest of the game, we fully deserved to win it. Trossard hit the bar. That was the best bit of football I've seen the whole season. I thought Eze was outstanding. He should have scored.
From Arsenal or from everyone?
From Arsenal side. We were the best team in this game. We were the better team. We should have won this game. We deserved to win it. And the fact that we won it late fools people into thinking that we didn't deserve the win. We fully deserved that win. We were the much more superior team. We continued to attack. Odegaard came on the pitch and changed the absolute game. Moreno is a finisher and just came on and scored that equalizer. And the mentality of the players and everyone to lock in and go and get the winner also afterwards. Gabriel Magalhaes always coming up clutch in all of these games. Every single time he's coming up clutch in these games. Declan Rice's performance, that was a proper midfield performance where he had the most touches on the pitch, was dictating everything, and he's not even that kind of guy usually, but he was all involved. And people are going to get onto Gyökeres because he didn't get a goal, he didn't get an assist, but he was integral.
You're sharing the goals around though, aren't you?
He was integral to this performance today because he was running.
You're such a little shit, Martin.
This was the most involved he's been in a long time. And I just thought Saka was looking immense also. That's the first time we went with Saka, Eze, and Gyökeres in the same team.
Yeah, you injured him again.
They look so good. And I'm just happy because Newcastle away is one of the toughest grounds. St. James's Park is the toughest ground we play at every single year. And no disrespect to Liverpool, City, or anybody else, but they physically turn it into a bar fight every single time you play them. And we went there and we got the win by any means necessary, walked out of there with 3 points and sent a message to Liverpool and everybody else. We're not the same old team that's going to drop points when you win, when you drop points. We capitalize this time, and hopefully we can continue to do so. I'm done, bro.
Martin, you speak.
Arsenal did deserve it. I'm not gonna lie, they did. They were the best team start to finish. I don't know why Gal's smiling. They're giving out trophies on the 30th of September. Okay. No, they deserved it. They were the best.
You can lose it.
Okay, Gal. I mean, we can go back to your question to start. Why does everyone hate Arsenal fans?
No, but it's true. You can lose it. Remember.
Saka, yeah, I think you've rushed him back. We'll see. Has anything been announced on that?
On what?
Because he didn't look fit when he came off.
No, he got rotated out of the team. Nothing to do with injury.
We'll see. Listen, Arsenal deserved it. There was a couple of things. Thought tackle was a bit naughty on the Livramento one. I know you're going to say it's a war and everything. But...
You mean Saliba, right?
Yeah, the Saliba one. So that was a bit naughty. But hey, listen, Arsenal were the better team. You dominated from start to finish. Absolutely dominated. You did deserve the winner. There was only one team getting the winner, and that was Arsenal. I was disappointed in Newcastle. Thought they were piss poor, if I'm honest with you, in Newcastle. But that's not taking anything away from Arsenal. I genuinely do believe, I think Arsenal showed good mentality and a really good performance at St. James's Park. That is a tough place. I'm not going to lie, say it's not. But, well done. I don't know what do you want me to do? Crown you champs?
Nothing. You've been very honest.
Yeah, I am honest.
Listen, everyone already knows my thoughts.
I'm not you, Igal. I'm not disingenuous.
I'm not disingenuous. I just tell you what I think. You don't have to like it.
You are very disingenuous, but no, man. On City you are anyway.
I have no beef.
Guys. I think you get me. Arsenal winning at St. James's Park is good for them. But we will see what happens till the end of the season. Everything that you guys complained about, Mr. Igal, happened in the Newcastle game. You got 15 minutes total of extra time You got 7 minutes extra time in the first half and 8 minutes in the second half. Martin, did he mention anything about extra time this week when he needed the winner? Remember his conspiracy from last week? Yeah, he didn't mention anything. He scored the last minute winner. Is this sustainable?
Did you think it was a penalty?
Is it sustainable to score a goal in the last minute and win a game of football?
Thought they were both penalties.
Did we deserve to win? Did we deserve to win?
In my opinion, the fair result was a draw.
Oh, I do think they deserved to win. They were both. They were both penalties.
Same person who's saying a draw is not a fair result.
No, I think it would draw as a fair result. Also, Gabriel doing this is not a natural position. No one slides like this. Literally, no one slides like this. Like no one will ever slide like this. I played football. I've never slid like, hey, let me slide tackle. So that's an unnatural position. Should have been a penalty. Bruno Guimaraes, the reason I'm not being a hypocrite, it's the reality. When he turned, this is Bruno Guimaraes. The player is shooting the shot. This is Bruno, like this. It hits this hand.
He went like this.
No, he did not. No,
his arm is out. His arm is out.
It's not a penalty. And
you know what? We're fighting over semantics. Who gives a shit? We won. Fuck the referees.
And Joker has dived, in my opinion. But
Joker has dived.
Yeah, I believe it. I think it. But anyway, I think regardless, you won by hook or by crook away at Newcastle, which is obviously a very tough place to go, specifically for you, because you haven't even had a shot on target there in like the last 3 games, except one. So you've done really well to win away at St. James's Park. But as we know, it's a marathon, not a sprint. You get me? We'll see what happens now the rest of the season, the rest of the game. The rest of the games as well. You got West Ham this Saturday, which is notoriously as well a tough fixture for you. I don't know why. West Ham away, you always slap them. West Ham at home is a difficult game for some reason. I don't know why. They got Nuno Santo. I watched the Everton West Ham game, and immediately they're a lot more defensively solid with Nuno Santo. So that's something.
I bet Forest wish they had him back now.
Yeah, of course. Forest have lost all the games, but we will see. I think it's too early now. Regardless, congratulations on your win. Anywho, we're going to wrap up the stream here. Mancunian Way is in the description. Eagle Talks Football is in the description. Subscribe to this channel right here. Like the video before you leave. I'm going to be back later tonight, inshallah, for Liverpool Galatasaray. Love every single one of you guys. We're going to redirect you over to Football Terrace. Go say Husam Raid in the chat. And I'm going to see you guys later for the watch.
We are also with Dan Potts.
Yes, Eagle is live. You're live now?
Yeah, right after this.
Yes, Eagle is live as well with Dan Potts too. So big up to all of you guys. Love for everyone who sent super chat. Love to everyone who like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you guys whenever I see you. Peace out.